Ever wondered if a samurai could actually stop a bullet with a sword? It sounds like something straight out of a movie, right? But what if I told you there's a story, a legend from a real war, that claims it actually happened? This isn't about fiction. It's about a man, a moment, and a clash of eras that has fascinated people for over a century. Let's travel back to 19th century Japan, a time of immense turmoil and change. The age of the samurai was coming to a violent end, and the era of modern warfare was dawning. This is the story of Hayashizaki Toranosuke, the samurai who stared down the barrel of a gun and met it with nothing but his blade and his will. The year is 1868. Japan is engulfed in the Boshin War, a brutal civil conflict that pitted the traditionalist forces of the Tokugawa shogunate against the modernizing imperial army. It was a war that symbolized the painful birth of modern Japan. On one side, you had samurai warriors, men who had dedicated their lives to the code of Bushido and the mastery of the katana. On the other, you had soldiers armed with the latest Western technology, repeating rifles and powerful cannons. It was a collision of worlds, a fight between the old ways and the new. In the midst of this chaos, our story takes place during the Battle of Aizu, one of the final and most desperate stands for the samurai loyal to the shogunate. The Aizu domain was renowned for its fierce warriors and their unwavering loyalty, but even their legendary skill was being put to the ultimate test against an enemy with superior firepower. Imagine the scene. The air is thick with smoke and the deafening roar of gunfire. Samurai in traditional armor are charging, their swords drawn, only to be cut down by bullets they can't even see. It's a slaughter. Among these warriors is Hayashizaki Toranosuke, a swordsman of incredible repute. He was known not just for his skill, but for his almost supernatural focus and discipline, a lifetime of training distilled into a single, razor-sharp purpose. As the battle rages, Toranosuke finds himself face to face with an imperial soldier. The soldier takes aim with his rifle, a modern weapon capable of ending a life from a distance, a concept that defied the samurai's code of close-quarters combat. There's no honor in it, just cold, mechanical efficiency. The distance between them is terrifyingly small. There's no time to run, no place to hide. For any normal person, this would be the end. But Toranosuke was not a normal person. He was a samurai. In that split second, as the soldier squeezed the trigger, instinct and a lifetime of training took over. Instead of flinching, instead of trying to dodge, Toranosuke did something unbelievable. He drew his katana. Not in a wild, desperate swing, but with a precise, fluid motion honed through countless hours of practice. It was a movement faster than the eye could follow, a perfect intersection of mind, body, and steel. Witnesses to this incredible event swore they saw it happen. The flash from the rifle's muzzle, the crack of the shot, and then a sharp, metallic ring. The bullet, traveling at immense speed, didn't just miss, it struck the flat of Toranosuke's blade. According to the accounts, the lead round didn't just ricochet. It was cleanly split in two. Two halves of the bullet fell harmlessly to the ground on either side of him. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. The soldier, and everyone else who saw it, was left in stunned disbelief. A man had just defeated a bullet with a sword. Now, let's be real. From a modern physics perspective, this sounds impossible. A lead bullet from a 19th century rifle would be traveling at hundreds of meters per second. The force of the impact would be immense. Deflecting it would require not just impossible speed and timing, but also a blade of incredible, almost mythical quality, and a wrist strong enough to withstand the jarring impact without shattering. So, did it really happen? Or is it a legend? A myth born from the chaos and desperation of a losing war? Historians and experts are divided. Skeptics argue it's a classic example of battlefield folklore. In the heat of battle, things get exaggerated. Maybe the bullet ricocheted off something else. Maybe the soldier missed and the story was created later to boost morale for the losing side. It could have been a way to preserve the honor of the samurai, to show that even in defeat, their spirit and skill were superior to the soulless machines of the modern world. But then there's the other side. The story wasn't just a vague rumor. It was attributed to specific witnesses and a named individual, Hayashizaki Toranosuke. For those who believe, it wasn't magic. It was the pinnacle of human achievement. It was a testament to Mushin, the Zen concept of no mind, where the body acts perfectly without conscious thought, a state that master martial artists strive their entire lives to achieve. In that critical moment, Toranosuke wasn't thinking. He was simply reacting, his body and sword becoming one. It was the ultimate expression of a lifetime of dedication. He had trained his reflexes to such a fine point that he could react to a threat that was moving almost faster than human perception. It represents the idea that the human spirit, disciplined and focused, can overcome seemingly insurmountable technological odds, whether it's a fact or a beautifully crafted myth. The story of Toranosuke, cutting the bullet, has a power that transcends its historical accuracy. It became a powerful symbol for Japan. It represents the soul of the samurai, their unyielding courage in the face of certain doom. It's a story about a man who, armed only with tradition and his own inner strength, stood against the relentless tide of modernity and, for one brilliant moment, held it back. This wasn't just about a man saving his own life. It was a symbolic victory. While the samurai as a class were being wiped out by guns, this one act seemed to prove that their spirit, their discipline, and their mastery were still unmatched. It's a reminder that true strength doesn't always come from the most advanced weapon, but from the will of the person wielding it. The legend of Toranosuke continues to inspire people today. It's echoed in countless anime, manga, and movies where heroes perform impossible feats with their swords. It taps into our fascination with the idea that human potential can sometimes defy the laws of what we think is possible. It is a story that asks us a fundamental question. What are the limits of human skill and determination? Was this a miracle? A myth? Or was it the ultimate demonstration of what a human being can achieve when they dedicate their entire existence to a single craft? The truth might be lost to the mists of time, buried on a chaotic battlefield over 150 years ago. But the legend endures. It is a testament to the last stand of the samurai and the enduring power of their legacy. It's a story that proves that sometimes the legend is more important than the literal truth. What do you think? Could a master swordsman really do this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this dive into history and legend, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories like this.